Hi, everybody. Welcome to Cave Slope. Um, think back to a time in your life when you were a kid. There's people in your life that at one point or another they were a big impact in your life, and I think everybody has this moment in their life where they kind of lose touch with those people, and there's a perception of the perception you have of them as a child is quite different from the perception you have of them as an adult. My guest today had such an effect on me as a kid. Please welcome to the slope, JD White. How are you, JD?
Good, good.
So JD is my uncle. He's my father's brother. Now, what I remember of JD, the memory I have of him is of fishing, of spending time next to a fire at campsites. Never had a bad memory with you. But the one memory that I do have, uh, you were always covered in paint. There were flecks of paint on your hands. There's flecks of paint all over your clothes. You know, that's the memory I have of you. Is that every time I saw you, there was paint on your clothes.
Yeah.
You're an artist.
Yes.
How long have you wanted to be an artist, or when was the earliest time that you said, you know what, this is something that I can do?
Well, it's funny. My mother actually got me started in it because I had bought a condominium, and her and her my stepfather came, and she says, "You sure don't have no paintings on the wall?" And I said, "No, I don't." I thought to myself, well, I'll paint some. so so I started painting.
Yep.
It took a long time to learn, and I'm still learning.
Yeah. Um, how old were you then?
39.
You were 39. So it was way past the Navy. Did you do any painting before then or no?
Well, actually, I did. Yeah, I was. I painted some psychedelics, back in the day.
Oh,
Some, you know, it turned out pretty good, and
turned out pretty good.
I probably should have continued on that line, but then I got into more of a nature.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
So
So, what do you like to paint? What's your favorite? Do you paint scenery? What is it easier to paint scenery?
no, nothing. None of it's really easy. I mean, it is a mental thing to do, and because if your mind ain't in it, then you're gonna make mistakes and you're gonna regret that. But you got to have the mind and body in sync to do it, and that's reason need a lot of education or somebody to show you the do's and the don'ts, and so it pays to learn anything you do. It pays to learn and educate yourself,
Right.
because if it's worth doing, it's worth doing good.
Right.
And I have done a lot and learned a lot, and I probably didn't learn as much as I could have, should have, and but I I got a lot of paintings out there in the world, and my my family mostly I've mostly gave them away to
Right.
my family, and well, I have sold some, and I haven't sold as many as I need to. I get tired of starving.
um. So I guess you would describe yourself as a self-taught artist then.
Yeah, pretty much, but
Okay.
not entirely. I have had some. I have some training in Central Piedmont and Charlotte.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and some other uh, classes I've taken.
Okay.
So you better learn to do it the right way.
Right.
Because if you don't, then you're gonna be a waste of time. You need to learn art if you're gonna go. If you're gonna pursue that, learn your craft.
Learn your craft. There's this conception about art that it's very angsty and like very it's about getting your feelings out on paper and all that good stuff. But at the same time, I guess what you're saying is that along with that, you need to learn how to do it right, or else you're just throwing paint on paper. And
Yeah, that's right. There've been a lot of artists who had a great talent, but they didn't take the time to really learn how to apply that talent to the canvas or whatever to make sure that you do it and where it be last for a long time.
right.
Instead of just you got to take your art serious. Is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Who would you say are your influences in the art world? Do you have any influences?
Yeah, I guess Van Gogh.
Van Gogh.
Yeah, and I guess Monet. Is I loved his water scenes.
Okay.
And his with lily pads. So it's all good. But I think the main thing that I look at is somebody who has a moral sense about their art to really be true to the morals that in the world. A lot of artists say, well, whatever you put on whatever, if you can sell it, then that's good.
Right.
If you're making money from it, that's good. Well, I disagree. We need to have people who is, we need to have artists who are really moral, I guess. And so that's what I want. I want them to do something to make the world better. Show the world like maybe an old cabinet back in the hills or old home place. I love that sort of thing.
Right. So it's got to be more than just a business.
Yeah.
More than just a money-making machine.
Right. Yeah.
Otherwise, it's meaningless.
Right. Yeah. That's it. But if I can figure out get somebody to be my manager or something like that, because I'm a terrible business person, and artists are very fragile egos, and so but I can't ever get anybody to take that on, But
It will come.
yes,
It will come.
Yeah, I'm not too old yet to still, achieve something while I'm still alive.
I got you. How do you sign your paintings? You say there's a lot of paintings out there. If somebody came across your paintings, how would they recognize them as yours?
Well, J.D. White.
J.D. White.
Yeah.
You usually sign it in a specific place or just anywhere you...
No, I have hidden them in different spots.
Okay.
In other words, it's not always obvious.
Okay.
It doesn't, so, I like to, I have one I did where I put the wildflowers in a certain spot, but I made my name the wildflowers, just kind of like a dots and
Oh, okay.
and
Hey,
kind
that's
of
really
make
cool.
it, so yeah.
So I remember growing up, great-grandmother's old house. I went in there and you'd painted the whole wall on the stairs. And it had to have taken you some time to do that.
Yeah, 2 or 3 years at least more.
Is there a project or a specific painting along the way that has meant the most to you?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. That's kind of hard to say. It's kind of like your child. What's your favorite child? But I had one that gave me a lot of satisfaction. the one we was talking about the other day, that about the swimmers in the
Okay.
water.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of an illusion. There were a lot of people didn't see those swimmers. I call it the honeymooners.
Right.
Because they were swimming in this lake, and the moon shining right on them. But if you look at it, you can't see the swimmers till you get pointed out. Oh yeah, they're in the buff. They're on the honeymoon. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was just uh, so people didn't notice them at all. The people noticed all the scenery and stuff, and it
Right,
wasn't
right,
until they
right.
pointed out.
Yeah, not everybody, but some people have seen them right away. But most
Gotcha.
people didn't. So I guess that gave me a lot of pleasure. And I know my mother now. She was the one that especially she loved, and she said it was my masterpiece.
Right.
Was her? She made my daughter Easter dress, yellow Easter dress, and when she was about 8 years old,
Okay.
and I did a painting on that, her wearing her Easter dress,
Right.
and I love that.
Brings back good memories for me. How old was your daughter when you painted that?
Well, she probably about 10 or 11, because I painted her after the fact,
Right.
but she's about. I think she's 8 when I painted the painting that was a good one. It's one that's.
So I know you've done some traveling. Right now you're currently on a road trip of sorts. While you're out and about, is there anything that you wish that you had an opportunity to paint?
Well, I like to do some beach scenes of people that's having fun, and and they're I don't know how much we can do that now. This dang virus has messed things up, but I would love to go down to the St. Padre Island and
Okay.
do some art down there.
Yeah, get some ocean shots.
Yeah. Well, some fishermen or people.
I got you.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, I've one of my biggest regrets is sometimes I don't take care of my artwork, but I did one time with umbrellas at the beach, and children playing and things like that, and maybe I can do some more of those.
Right.
Yeah.
I look forward to seeing them.
Yeah. I got to start taking my art a little bit more serious than I have in the past. I kind of get a little down in the dumps, and which is not conducive to anything.
I guess it's the nature of the artist, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
right. Yeah. There's too many artists that are just down, but you got to keep on keeping on. Just think about what happened to Van Gogh. I mean, look at his stuff now.
Yeah.
He's,
So tell me a little bit about your process. Do you like using paints? Do you oils, acrylics, watercolor? What's your favorite?
all of them.
Oh, that's a good answer.
Whatever. Each of them has their benefits and their goodness, or it's all of them is great mediums.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, but you got to know how to use them. And all of them are different.
Right.
But usually if you start off with acrylic paint, then you can go back over it with oil.
Okay.
But don't do it the opposite way, because if you do it the oil and then the acrylic, because but the acrylic dries faster on that first layer,
Okay.
and then you can come back on the oil to fill in, to fine it and make it, final production.
So aspiring artists out there using acrylic first, it's okay to put oil on top.
Right.
but don't put oil and then do acrylic.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah, and you use your oil paint. Make sure your layer, your final coat layer, is thicker. Put more oil in it. Don't put a lot of people. You put too much turpentine, which thins it out too much and it dries out and flakes.
Okay.
So you need to put a little bit more linseed oil.
Linseed oil.
Yeah. So
How do you, when you're painting, when you look at your painting, how do you know it's done? Is it just your gut feeling, or is it just?
that's one of the hardest things there is about art. I've heard, I forget who said it, but sometimes it takes two people to paint a painting. One to hold a gun to the painter's head and says, "You touch it again, I'll shoot you." Dude, I hit it, touch it again, you're through.
It's perfect.
It's perfect,
Yeah.
But you got to know when to say that's it, and it's through.
You just know it in your heart.
Yeah, that's right. Because, it's just kind of got to know when to stop.
I got you. So you're doing your travels. You want to go down to Padre Island. Is there anywhere else you want to go?
I don't know. There's so many places. So many places. I like to go out to Rocky Mountains.
It's beautiful country out there. Yeah.
I've been over them, but I've never been to them. Yeah.
Right.
At 30,000 feet, you don't see a whole lot. But, it's just always wanted to.
Well, I hope you get to see them. I really do. I hope you get to paint some of the most magnificent paintings you ever painted in your life.
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing more, and I'm gonna just take my time and try to do some more paintings to make you proud, my nephew.
I got you. That's all the time we have for the moment. Uncle James, do you have anything else to add?
No, it's just if you want to be an artist, you got to be dedicated to it, and it's a great occupation or a thing to want to achieve or be an artist, but you got to learn to do it right and take it serious, and but the world of art is probably there's more money in art than anything else.
Really?
Really, because you can think it's graphic art. There's all kinds of forms of architect. That's a form of art.
Right.
Music, writing, songs, and all of it uses part of your brain that you need to create something. So
That's a fair point. I haven't thought about it that way.
yeah. I have read that. I can't remember where I read it, but I know that it said that the world of art is the most lucrative. There's more money in that. Yeah.
I never thought about it that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right.
Yeah. If you included everything that's creative.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to thank J.D. White for being on the slope. Thank you very much for joining me today.
Yeah.
I hope somebody learned something out there.
Yeah. Hope so. Yeah.
I would also like to thank Chris Garcia for helping me set this up. He's been a big help. So thank you very much.
Well, he's been more than just a big help.
He's been a director.
yeah, I guess you can say that.
A boss, yes. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day, everybody.